Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17 of our Immigration Fridays. Some of you may already know me. I'm Fahana, and I'm a caseworker at Tulia. So today I'll begin a little bit about Tulia as a company. So Tulia is a community interest company, and we assist people by giving legal advice. And we also assist in areas such as marriage support, accommodation and counselling services. And for a full list of our services, you can visit our website or you can contact a member of our team. The link to our website is below. And today we will be discussing 20-year-long residence applications. So before I start, I just wanted to make you all aware this video is solely for the purposes of giving information. It's not legal advice. And if you do require legal advice, you can contact a member of our team on info@tulia.org.uk. And I'll start off by discussing the rules and the evidence needed and the chances of success. So what is a 20-year residence application? Essentially, it's an application for those who have spent 20 years of continuous residence in the UK. Hi, Rumbi. And so with 20-year residence applications, the rules are that you must have lived continuously for at least 20 years inside of the UK. And that's stated in paragraph 276 ADE1 of the immigration rules. And this discounts any period of imprisonment, which means that you cannot include any years that you have spent in prison if you have spent any. And you must have made a valid application on the grounds of private life, which means you must have filled out the correct application. And you must have also paid the correct fee unless you are applying for a fee waiver and you've met those requirements. And you must also meet the suitability requirements. So an application is usually refused on suitability requirements where, whether or not to the applicant's knowledge, they provided false information, representations, or documents that have been submitted in relation to their application. So that can include any false application submitted to a person to obtain documents used in support of their application, or it can be a failure to disclose material facts in relation to their application. When considering the presence of the applicant in the UK, it's not conducive to the public good. Any legal or practical reasons as to why the applicant cannot be presently removed from the UK must be ignored. So this basically means that there must not be any reason as to why it's not conducive to the public good for the applicant to remain in the UK. And an application can also be refused on the following suitability requirement, and that's where one or more relevant NHS bodies have been notified, have notified the Secretary of State that you failed to pay charges in relation to NHS regulations, on charges in relation to overseas visitors, and outstanding charges which have a value of at least £500. So if you owe the NHS a value of at least £500, your application may be refused where the NHS has notified the Home Office. So in order to qualify for such applications, the applicant must be aged 18 or over. They must have lived in the UK continuously for 20 years. Hi, Shah. And continuous basically means a residence in the UK that's unbroken. So during that period, you must not have left the UK unless you had valid leave to remain at the time when you left the UK. Hi, Elizabeth. And there must be very significant obstacles to your integration into the country, which you would have you'd have to go to if you were required to leave. So basically, it means that you must have there must be obstacles that are preventing you from going back to your home country. And again, you must have not left the UK since your arrival unless you had valid leave to remain at the time. And it is also very important that you produce documentation which evidences every year of your residence in the UK. Right, so I'll then go on to discuss the evidence needed. So this is just a brief list. Again, for a detailed list, I do recommend that you contact our team on info@tulia.org.uk. I'll just pop the link below for you. There we go. And so with evidence, you'd need valid ID, proof of your national insurance contributions, for example, that you can get from the government website. You would need to produce official documents. Now, this is actually very important because official documents can be documents that are on letterhead and they should be showing your full name. So it can be in the form of bank letters, statements, GP records, NHS letters, college and university letters, phone bills, water and gas bills, home office records, and official certificates such as college or university certificates, which is very important to consider. Right, so in terms of the evidence, that is, again, just a brief list, but I do recommend that you contact us if you do need a detailed list and if you are considering making such an application. Now, with regards to your chances of success, this depends highly on the evidence that you provide. It depends on the suitability requirements, which I mentioned, and it depends on whether you are able to evidence that you have covered continuous residence in the UK. This means that you have to ensure that there's no gaps in your evidence when you meet the continuous residence requirements. So, we recommend having at least 2 or 3 documents for each year. If you can't, then the one document for at least a year, but you would need to cover the full 20 years that you've from the moment you entered the UK. And again, you cannot include any years of imprisonment, and you cannot count any years where you've been outside of the UK unless you had valid leave to remain at the time. Now, if you've spent less than 20 years of residence in the UK, then that would fall under different private life rules. And if you are nearing 20 years, we do recommend that you wait until you've completed your 20 years. I would not risk submitting the application before that you've completed the 20-year period, just purely because you can fall under the reasons for refusal, and you wouldn't want to do that. So if you've waited, for example, you've completed 19 years and 6 months of residence, I'd recommend that you just wait until you wait the extra 6 months and then you complete your 20 years, purely because you'll have the evidence and you'll ensure that you meet the requirements. Now, I do recommend you seek legal advice before doing your application, just purely because it ensures accuracy, consistency. It's someone looking into your application in detail, checking whether you meet the requirements, checking whether you've got the sufficient evidence required. So we will assess the quality of evidence, and we'll definitely check whether you meet them suitability requirements and advise you accordingly. So I think that's very important to seek legal advice. And again, you can contact us through info@tulia.org.uk. And you can also contact us via our website, which is www.tulia.org.uk. And I've also put that link there for you. Right, so in terms of any questions, if anyone had any questions, feel free to ask. And Rumbinzai, that's great to know that you've managed to cover the 20 years of evidence. I'm so pleased for you. It's really good news, and that's what we like to hear when people have successful cases. did you do it yourself, or did you get anyone to assist you with it? Do let us know. It'll be really good to know. Right, so that is the end of my live, and if anyone does have any questions, feel free to pop it in the chat below. You can contact us via our website, which I've provided the link, or you can also contact us on info@tulia.org.uk. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely day. Bye.